Conversations about injustice. The first game between the United States and Wales will be on the screens at Ozones. All right, Nick, it's time for sports overtime, and the Detroit Lions dominated in the running game today.
Yes, Shabir, a career-high day on the ground for Jamal Williams. Count them, not one, not two, but three touchdowns against the New York Giants. The Lions have now won 3 straight. Plus, coming off Michigan State football's most heart-wrenching loss of the season, we're going to hear from Mel Tucker on what went wrong in the final seconds of the regulation against Indiana. It's all coming up next on Sports Overtime.
As an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Save money when you think ahead by calling Vredavogue. Get your home ready for the season with a furnace tune-up now and save. For a limited time. And if it's time for a new furnace, our heating experts are here for you and ready to service or replace your furnace 24/7 with special financing and professional installation. Vredavogue. We're here when you need us most.
What does irresistible look like? It looks like dough made fresh today. 100% real bubbly mozzarella and famous flavored crust loaded with flavor on never-ending flavor. So what does irresistible look like? It looks like a Hungry Howie's pizza. And now we're doubling down on irresistible flavor with our Pepperoni Duo. Twice the pepperoni, twice the flavor, just $11.99. Holy pepperoni!
Hungry
Howie's!
LO Eye Care asks, does your health insurance include flexible spending? If so, you may have to spend those dollars before the end of the year. Otherwise, they disappear. LO Eye Care reminds you to make your appointment now before the rush and before you run out of time. An eye exam, contacts, new glasses, or an updated script. Spend your flex dollars before they disappear. Make an appointment today at LOEYE.com. LO Eye Care, what expert eye care looks like.
Fighting hunger in our community is more crucial than ever. Join us on Friday, December 9th for this year's Mid-Michigan's Day of Giving. Your donations, whether food or cash, will ensure all of our neighbors receive the nutrition and care they need this holiday season.
This is Sports Overtime.
Timeouts, but we were trying to score touchdowns, so we didn't want to leave it up to a field goal attempt.
Well, welcome into another episode of Sports Overtime. Thank you as always for joining us. The Detroit Lions have actually shown us they've been telling us what they're made of. Grit and toughness. After losing 6 of their first 7 games to open the season, the Lions have now won 2 straight coming into today's game against the New York Giants. And a win today would make it their first 3-game winning streak since 2017. Out to East Rutherford, New Jersey, the Giants looking to have some fun at home, but the Lions defense changed all of that. Second quarter, Daniel Jones dropping back and not seeing Aiden Hutchinson in coverage. The 6'7" defensive end makes an interception and making a case to see him be put in a tight end at some point this season. The Lions picked off Jones twice in this game. The Lions offense took advantage of the turnover by giving it to Jamal Williams, who smashes his way in for the touchdown. Then just before halftime, how about another goal line situation and another Jamal Williams touchdown? The Lions kept having fun with that game plan. In a short yardage situation, get it to Jamal and just let him ball. The first 3-touchdown game in Jamal Williams' career, and he now leads the league with 12 rushing touchdowns as the Lions would go on to win it 31-18. And head coach Dan Campbell continues to look at Williams as a key piece of the Lions' gritty offense.
His production speaks for itself, and everything that you see and know about him is exactly who he is. He's all heart, and he's emotion, he's heart, and he just is a steady, productive, hard-running, hard-working, smart football player. And he's just, there again, if you just listed your most consistent players, most dependable, consistent players, he would definitely be at the top of that list. You know, he would be one of those guys. So But there again, what he did today doesn't surprise me, you know. And look, that's another credit to this offensive line. I mean, they just, once again, it's not the easiest thing in the world now when you choose to run the ball, and the defense knows that you're going to run it, and they probably have an idea of where you're going to run it when you get that late in the game. And our offensive line finished that game out for us.
After what could have closed out Michigan State's game on Saturday, the Ben Patton missed 22-yard kick made Spartan fans look like this after the game. But as Mel Tucker likes to keep moving forward, so will the program itself, as MSU announced that the game time against Penn State this upcoming Saturday will be at 4 p.m. But in the recapping of the loss to Indiana, there were a couple of decisions made at the end of the game that could have changed the outcome of the kick. The positioning of having Patton on the left hash mark has taken some criticism, and when most believed that you wouldn't want to be in the middle of the field to boot a game winner. But when asked about the positioning of the kick, Mel explained that a field goal to win the game wasn't in the initial game plan.
We had a situation, you know, at the end of the Illinois game, as you guys can remember, and like they didn't have any timeouts, but we were trying to score a touchdown, so we didn't want to leave it up to a field goal attempt. So this game, you know, we were down there pretty tight. We were trying to score a touchdown. We ran it one last time, see if we could pop one through. They didn't have any timeouts, and we didn't score on that third down, so we ran all the way down, called timeout with 3 seconds, and we missed a field goal. So we weren't initially planning for a field goal, because that wouldn't really make sense for us to try to do that. But ultimately, you know, that's what happened.
Over in Ann Arbor, the undefeated and third-ranked Michigan Wolverines have a date with their arch rivals and the second-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes this upcoming Saturday. The two undefeated teams will meet in Columbus at high noon to decide who will be going to the college football playoff, who wins the Big Ten regular season title, and of course, who gets the bragging rights for the next 365 days. From what we saw against Illinois on Saturday, the Wolverines were humming along with their talented running game, but when Blake Corum injured his knee in the second quarter, it raised the question as to whether or not Michigan will be fully healthy heading into Columbus, which head coach Jim Harbaugh said,
knowing our guys, I mean, they're gonna want to play. They're gonna give it every bit of treatment and healing power they can this week. You know, somebody's out, they're going to be out. It'll be our best opportunity, you know, because guys really want to play in this game. So if they're going to be ruled out, they'll be out. If they're, you know, if it's on the fringe, I bet you see them attack with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. They're weak this week.
I cannot wait for that game. But one thing we're all going to have to wait for is the second half of Sports Overtime, because we got to take a break. But when we come back, we're going to tell you about what a Michigan State women's golfer was able to do today, and which made back-to-back years that a Spartan has taken home a trophy. So stay with us.
Keep up with Michigan State athletics with the official MSU Federal Credit Union Coaches Show, straight from the MSU campus to you.
At the Greater Lansing Convention and Visitors Bureau, we take pride in promoting sensory-friendly programming offered at our local attractions for those on the autism spectrum.
Impression 5 Science Center offers sensory-friendly hours the last Saturday of the month from 9:30 through 11:30 a.m.
Thank you, Impression 5, for offering this program for those with autism.
For information about how you can find out about upcoming sensory-friendly programs, visit lansing.org.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yep, got 3 rows.
So you.
Your Buick has Apple CarPlay. Where do I plug in?
It's wireless.
That's so you. What do I do with these? Careful, it's kind of busy.
Oh, I got this with my superpowers.
And a little help from your Buick.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you.
GM employees with a current eligible Buick lease get this low-mileage lease on this Buick Enclave Essence for $369 per month. Visit LaFontaine, Crippen, Jim Winter, and Team 1.
Michigan's weather's unpredictable. You need a convenient solution to stay dry on rainy days. Introducing the convenient Rain Cape. All you do is unzip the neck pouch while wearing it around your neck, and it deploys like a cape and transforms into a raincoat. You can even use it as a neck pillow, seat cushion, or back support. The convenient Rain Cape is your all-in-one solution so you never get caught in the rain again.
Don't let rain get in the way. Convenient cape will save the day.
Ooh, I love. Totally. But keep swiping. This is so much fun.
This makes it so easy.
Yes, that was a good one.
Let's go.
You really know how to pick them.
Play your favorite slots today and go for the grand prize. Sign up now and we'll match your first deposit up to $1,000 plus 200 free spins.
Welcome back, everyone. The Michigan State women's golf team is a talented group that keeps making the game of golf look way too easy. And earlier today, Valentina Rossi came from behind to win the Women's Amateur Latin America Tournament. By winning the tournament, Rossi automatically qualified for 3 major LPGA Tour events. And she follows in the footsteps of her teammate Valerie Plata, who won the tournament last year. Another Spartan teammate, Nina Risi, was right there with her in the top 10 standings. Risi finished in 9th place. Stick with 6 Sports for more updates on this talented group of Spartan women. Another group of talented Spartan women, the Michigan State women's volleyball team, went on the road and swept the Northwestern Wildcats this afternoon. This is the second time that the Spartans have swept Northwestern this season. Leah Johnson and her squad will come back to East Lansing this week for the final 2 games of the regular season. Continuing our coverage of Spartan women athletes, the Michigan State women's cross-country team completed in the NCAA championships yesterday for the 22nd year in a row. And even though the Spartans didn't come home with a national championship trophy, there were a lot of lessons learned in the race. And 5th-year Katie Osika got her first ever All-American honor after finishing in 33rd place. The Spartan women as a team finished 20th place, and there's a lot to be proud of this season, from winning the Big Ten title, the 3rd conference crown in the last 4 seasons, to Michigan State Director of Track and Field and Cross Country Lisa Bresnow winning the Big Ten Women's Cross Country Coach of the Year. A great season for the squad that has 12 freshmen on the roster, and Coach Bresnow shared what she told her team after the race.
We let them know, hey, only 3 of you ran in this meet last year. So we knew this was going to be a season of growth. We knew this was going to be a season where they just had to go through doing something like winning a Big Ten team title, turn around, running the regional, turn around, matching that energy again today. And sometimes you just have to go through it to be ready for the next thing. So I know, because we have everyone returning, that next fall, you know, a year from now, it's going to be a different outcome.
And on the ice, the Michigan State hockey team scored a touchdown on 6th-ranked Penn State last night, winning in a 7-3 game. The Spartans split their weekend series with the Nittany Lions after losing the first game by only 1 goal. The Spartans are now in the 3rd place of the Big Ten Conference standings and will travel to take on Miami of Ohio this upcoming weekend. That's all the time we have for tonight's show. From all of us here at WLNS, we thank you for watching and hope you and yours have a happy and healthy rest of your week. Good night, everyone.